All right, welcome to Unauthorized Media. I'm Brody. This is JT. This is Aramis. Today we're going to talk a little bit about disc golf from our resident disc golfer himself. He's going to tell us a little bit about how it's changed, how it started, and where it's going.
So, disc golf actually started in Canada, if you guys didn't know that.
Of course it is.
Right?
Like hockey.
It's just like hockey. So it started in like 19th in like the 50s. And then everyone stopped playing it for a while and stuff. And then it became really huge in California on like college campuses and
They like
whatnot.
to smoke weed.
Some people like to enjoy smoking weed while playing. So then there were no baskets or anything. You guys have probably seen baskets walk. They didn't have baskets at first. Literally, they were just throwing frisbees. And they were like, all right, you see that basket over there in the middle of the field? The first one to hit that basket in 3 throws gets a par. And they just play what we call safari golf, where you just pick something and start throwing it at it. And then eventually, like, you can see some of the pictures of the old baskets and stuff. They look like huge nets and whatnot, just trying to get something to throw into and throw it to catch your disc. And then it became bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you actually got the Disc Golf Pro Tour and stuff like that. And you started getting tournaments and different events all around the United States, Canada, all that stuff. And then right around like the 80s and the 90s is when disc golf really started to develop into something that more and more people started to enjoy and play more. It wasn't just for college kids or stoners or anything like that anymore. It started to develop into something with like sponsors, or something you can actually get paid to go out and do this and do events and stuff like that. And like one of the first disc golf companies was Innova. Like Innova came out with a couple of discs here and there were a couple other companies and stuff. And then like now you have like Dynamic Disc, you have Discmania, you've got Legacy Discs, and so many different companies. And before, people were like barely making a living really playing disc golf and stuff. Like they were sleeping in their cars, driving to tournaments and whatnot just so they could do what they love. And now, like 2 years ago, you had the highest paid disc golfer ever, Paul McBeth, making $1 million a year to throw a frisbee, and that's only in a sponsorship. Like, that's insane. That's not including his tournament winnings. That's not including his other sponsorships. That's just one sponsorship, $1 million a year to actually do what he loves. So, like, the fact that it's come from something where, like, kids were throwing frisbees at trash cans in, like, the 60s and 70s, all the way to, like, having pristine golf courses such as, like, Eagle Crossing, where you can, like, go and spend an entire weekend. You can do classes, and you can take different courses and stuff like that on driving and putting and upshots and stuff. Okay. And it's like a pristine course where you can buy a subscription, or like a
membership.
Yeah, membership. Yeah, you can buy like a membership there and stuff like that. And
Is it kind of like nowadays? Is it kind of like the Nike tournaments for like 7-on-7, like those?
It's more like the PGA. It's more like
No. I'm talking about like the classes, because the football 7-on-7, you got these different combines where students and athletes could go and train and to get better, to hone their skill, whether it's D linemen, quarterbacks, and receivers and running backs.
It's very similar to that. So basically, what you have, they call it a clinic.
Yeah.
And so you'll have like 3 professionals,
right?
And they'll go through the steps on how they either like throw drives or putts or stuff like that, how they set themselves up for their success that they've had in their career. And then sometimes they'll pull a couple people up to show them how to throw and everything like that, to really explain it, to go through the mechanics of it all and whatnot. And then they'll play around with you.
Oh,
and they'll go around. They're not actually playing. They're going around from card to card, watching people throw, watching people putt, and then giving them instruction on how to do it better.
Right.
And it's really great what Eagles Crossing is doing to help with disc golf and stuff. And it's not just Eagles Crossing. There's other companies like Jomez Pro. If you guys haven't heard of them, they're a huge company on YouTube that does productions for all of not all of them, for a lot of the disc golf tournaments and stuff that go around in the United States.
Right.
And whenever a star frame is whenever the 4 people on a card get a birdie on whatever hole they are. And every time they get a star frame on any production that they're shooting, they donate $10 to disc golf. To like help kids learn disc golf, to help disc golf courses and stuff like that. They actually also put in a disc golf course in Mexico. One of the very first disc golf courses in Mexico. It was the Paul McBeth Foundation and
How recently
Jomez Pro. Like 2 years ago, maybe.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
fresh. That's during COVID, in the middle of COVID too.
It was. I think it was right before COVID. They actually put it in.
And hold on, 2 years, and it's so 2000. 2020.
2020.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah, that's
20 years.
So,
Aramis is a time traveler, people. Here it is.
hey, leave me alone.
The question, you mentioned there were different types of games. What are some of the different games that have come about? Like some types of games that there's.
Yeah, so like for disc golf and stuff like that, there's different like tournaments and stuff. So you have the European tournament. So over in Europe, you've got a whole bunch of people that are playing right now, and they're actually it's where a lot of the discs come from Finland and Sweden and stuff like that. So it's really cool that it's just spreading worldwide. And then we've had other games that have actually come out from disc golf. So there are games that are called like Rip Revenge, where like, excuse me, where like I can force someone to do something else and stuff like that.
You slightly mentioned it.
Yeah.
The last time, and I was like, okay, that's kind of it's childish.
But it's a fun game too. So like when you're not like there's 3 different types of ways you can play disc golf. There's stroke play, where you play. So say we're out playing and stuff like that.
Right.
We're on a par 3, and I score 2. That's 2 strokes. So you add up from hole 1 to hole 18 how many throws you've done, and then that's your strokes.
Right.
And then you have match play. Match play is something that's completely different, where it's every hole. So say you get a 2 on a hole and I get a 3 on a hole, you won that match.
Well,
So it's every hole you play.
But I feel like there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of gambling going on in this.
Oh yeah, they're side bets and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
that was
And
not like-
something that's really cool that a lot of tournaments do is called an ace pot.
Oh, Lord.
So you put in $20 or something like that, and if you hit an ace, you get the entire pot. And one of the companies that's also helping disc golfers right now is called OTB. It's only the best discs.
Fair enough.
I like
right?
that.
Fair
I
enough.
like that. Yeah,
So
I like that.
it's GK Pro and OTB put together this called Skins Match, and Skins is the third game where it doesn't matter. It's whoever gets the least. If you play with like 4 or 5 people, whatever, and whoever gets the least amount of strokes on that card wins that skin, and whoever has the most skins at the end wins. And they play for money. They play $100 a hole.
No.
That is insane. $100 a hole. You can win $1,800 playing disc golf. And that's not including.
damn.
That's not including. They also do CTPs, which is closest to the pin, and some of those are $100 CTPs and stuff. Just recently, and you guys can go check it out on YouTube. They have a video where they shot at Eagles Crossing. They gave away, I think, something like $21,000 to disc golfers. Like it was their high profile skins match is what they call it.
Okay.
And they have an ace pot right now that is $10,000.
So the closest to the pin one, is that off just one throw, or how does that work?
So they have there's 2 different ways that you can do it. So they have the long distance throw, and that's for like a par 4 or something like that, and that is whoever throws the farthest
Okay.
off the first throw. And then they have CTP, which is from the pin or from the tee pad to the pin. So whoever gets closest to the pin in one throw is the CTP.
Okay.
I feel like the NFL needs to have something like this so we can see who got the biggest arm.
You don't watch the pro heads?
They do a little bit of it sometimes, but not really the
If
same.
you're talking about the Pro Bowl bull crap that they do,
But some of the events they put on there is like really cool, man. You can watch one that it was like Tom Brady, Drew Brees.
But I'm
Peyton
talking
Manning.
about nowadays. That's old school.
Yeah, I wish they did more stuff. Like I
That's
wish they had
when-
more skills events.
But that's when they actually hit during the Pro Bowl. They don't do that now.
Right. That's like I really like watching like the hockey skill events and stuff. Like I'm not the biggest fan of hockey, although I'm really excited about the Stars, how they're in the playoffs and whatnot. They have
About
a
to
chance
get
to go to the Stanley
eliminated.
Cup.
I'm sorry, they about to get eliminated, but that's back to
Back to anime. But just like the skills competitions and stuff like that, they actually have an All Stars weekend for disc golf too, where they do skills competitions and stuff. It's really cool.
Is it live?
It is live, so you guys can watch all live events on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. You can, if you download their app and stuff like that, you can watch all pro live events.
It's not
and stuff.
boring like hockey, is it? Not hockey,
Like
golf.
regular golf?
Yeah, regular golf.
It depends. Like, so there's sometimes like they're playing and it's just like nothing's really happening. It's like everyone's just getting pars and birdies. But there are like some events, like right now the Santa Cruz Open is happening,
Right.
and it's a Masters Cup. And like watching that, you have no idea what's going to happen on any hole. They're literally playing on a mountain. Like, and the course they're playing is called De La de Vega, and literally like there's a saying where like if you hit something and roll, it's called you've been de-la'd. because it happens so often out there. And also in California, they have the 2-meter rule. So if your disc gets caught in a tree 2 meters above, it's a stroke.
What?
Yeah. And it's like California, Vegas, Arizona, they have that rule. Texas, thank God they don't. But yeah, man, it's just so like different rules in different areas and stuff like that. Also, playing in California on a mountain, elevation changes how your disc flies. So you have to be there and you have to practice for a while and stuff like that. You have to be there for at least 3 days before your tournament. So like just it's crazy, man. The stuff that's going on in disc golf right now, just how it's changed in the past 50 years from, like I was talking about, kids in the middle of the field throwing a frisbee trying to hit a pole to people getting paid $20,000 for one disc golf tournament and stuff. Like it's completely insane.
Man, sounds like the sport's really growing. So where do you project disc golf in here in a couple of years? Let's just say 3 years.
I think it's going to get bigger because with names like Brody Smith, you guys don't know who Brody Smith is. He won 2 national championships in Ultimate Frisbee.
Oh, he don't know. Sorry to everybody who lives.
But he brought a lot.
He a Gator though. He a Gator.
He is a Gator, yeah. But he brought a lot. He's also from Texas, so that's really cool. But he brought a lot of attention to disc golf. You know what I mean?
He brought a lot of attention to Ultimate Frisbee too.
He did. He brought a lot of attention to Ultimate Frisbee.
Also, how did he make the transition to disc golf?
He had met Paulie Beth,
okay.
and he was really into golf. He was really getting into actual ball golf and stuff. And he's actually pretty good at ball golf if you watch him play and stuff like that. Like he can shoot under 100, which is pretty impressive. He's pretty good at ball golf and stuff. Then I'm pretty sure he met Paulie Beth, and like they got some other companies and stuff like that. Like he played Ultimate, so a lot after he tore like lots of ligaments in his knee. He had to have 2 knee surgeries. And a lot of people are like, why don't you just go play disc golf? So he got in contact with like a bunch of different disc golf companies, and they were all just wanted to use him as a face.
Right.
They all wanted to use him for his name and everything like that. Discraft was the only company that was like, no, we'll teach you how to play, we'll get you out there and everything like that, because now, some people say that Brody Smith is a fucker, an asshole, and stuff like that. But he's passionate about the things that he does. He puts 110% effort into it.
He has a Pat Mahomes-like brother.
Does he really?
Oh, man. Everybody got sick of his ass. Brody Smith is a hoe.
I mean, I've never met the guy before, so I can't say for myself. He seems like he's a decent person for what I've seen so far. But I'm just happy that he brought so much attention to disc golf. Like literally, I went from 1 year playing disc golf to having like no one in my way, to not really waiting or anything like that when I go out and practice and stuff, to like having 3 holes backed up because there are people playing in front of me and it's like their 6th time playing.
Dang.
And like, but like a part of me is like, God, get off the course and stuff like that. But another, because you're in my way.
But come to my tournament next week.
Right, exactly. But another part of me is just like, wow, I'm so happy that disc golf went from like even nowadays when I tell people, I play disc golf, they're like, oh, so you smoke weed? And it's like, no. It's like, no, just because I play disc golf does not mean that I smoke weed. Like, it's a fun sport.
It's a hippie sport. I say hippie sport. I mean it in a sense where,
Like, it's the same thing with, like, hacky sack. I tell people that, I own 3 hacky sacks. And they're like, oh, you smoke weed? And it's like, that doesn't mean I smoke weed.
I was with you on the disc golf, the hacky sack. That means something, right?
But I mean, I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. Like you asked earlier, where do I think it's gonna go in like the next 3-5 years or whatever? I think it's just gonna get bigger. Like we added another Masters Cup this year. We've got the European tournament coming back this year. I'm pretty sure. We have the Canadian tournament this year. They're talking about getting like more disc golf courses in Mexico so that they can travel to Mexico and stuff. It's literally just going to grow from here.
Okay, so what are the major tournaments? Because in golf, you have
the top 3.
No. Because the wrong meaning is because you have tournaments in like the PGA. You got the Masters, and then you have the PGA tournament, the actual PGA tournament. So like, what type of tournaments? Like, what's the levels to the tournaments?
So you've got like gold tier tournaments,
okay,
which is like the top tier tournaments, and that's all the 12 disc golf pro tour tournaments.
Okay, cool. Okay.
And then you have silver. Then you have the silver series, which is a step underneath that. They call it like A League. Like it's mostly like A League. Almost anyone can sign up for it. You have amateurs that can sign up for it and stuff like that. To get into like the gold series with like the PGA actual pro tour and stuff like that, you have to be invited to that basically.
Oh wow!
Like you can't just go like some of the tournaments you can just go and sign up for and stuff. but like you're not placing anywhere. You're not getting anywhere close or anything like that. Like some of the guys are so good that it's completely insane. Like Paul Maybeth, the only person to throw a perfect round. I'm pretty sure that's actually on recorded. Like throwing a perfect round is insane. To go minus 18 on a course is absolutely ridiculous. Like all birdies on every single hole.
Minus 18.
Minus 18. You can watch it. He did it twice.
Minus 18. So you didn't miss a shot.
No, they missed a shot. Well, so in one of them, I think it was Waco maybe. He missed a birdie, but then he got an eagle on another hole to still get minus 18.
Wow.
Still counted.
Fair enough.
Check off.
Dang.
So like some of these guys are so, and they're throwing 500 feet.
That's what I'm saying.
And like, man, on a good day with a tail end, I'm getting 400, man. Like it's insane how far these with accuracy. Like they put it within a 10-foot circle, and it's just insane. It's like, no, it's exactly where I wanted this to go. I was like, how did you know it was going to go there though? Like that far? Like that's completely insane.
Man, that's ridiculous.
But these guys do practice a lot. Like, do a lot of field work and stuff like that. To watch how their discs fly and all that stuff. And like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, like disc golf is just going to get bigger and better. We've got kids coming up right now like Kyle Klein and like different names like that are just coming out of the woodworks that are going to be amazing in like 2-3 years. And it's just going to get better. It's just going to get better.
Anything else you want to add?
I mean, I think that I got a bold prediction. So I think this year, I think that it's going to be Calvin Heimberg who's going to win the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
And that's the tour.
Yeah, the whole tour. I think he's going to win the entire tour. The way he's playing, like he's playing really, really good disc golf right now. He's crazy enough, he actually has a degree in chemical engineering and chose to play disc golf instead.
What?
Everyone asks him, how does that help?
Well, he's like, I can always be an engineer, but
I can only play disc golf for so long.
Yes, exactly. It's like,
but how does it help? I mean, maybe he can like the reading of the.
It doesn't help.
Oh, no, it doesn't. I'm trying to help the man out,
Listen, Kyle, you just chose the better thing.
Calvin.
All right, same thing.
But another funny thing about Calvin, so he grows like a fro kind of, and he's got like a curly fro, and it's hilarious that like the beginning of the season it'll be short. By the end of the season, he's got this huge fro that's just grown out. And it's hilarious to watch it. Just every single tournament just get bigger and bigger.
Caught on twigs.
it probably because like he probably whistling and shrink for a little bit, and then he blows that joke out. When you get hot outside,
I think he wants to use the fro to like help with his turn and dip, power in and then swing around.
That doggone, that's a couple of pounds on that doggone head.
Plus, I mean, he looks funky as hell every single time he has that fro, just bouncing around and stuff.
Hate hearing you say the word funky.
Funky.
But I mean, I think that's about all I got for disc golf this time, man. But make sure you guys come back next time to see what we have to say about disc golf, or I guess what I have to say about disc golf. And thanks for watching.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and watch the video.
Don't forget to click that little bell.
There you go. Appreciate it. Till next time.
See y'all later.